Hi guys, this is so weird. This is literally so weird. I just started recording myself to talk to you a little bit on Instagram, but then I was like, this is gonna take forever. Like, recording short form video, it's like fun, but then every 60 seconds you gotta like save it or publish it or like just regather your thoughts, or like I would talk about something and then the 60 seconds would hit in the middle of my thoughts. So I was like, you know, also the lighting. Oh, maybe this is a little bit better. I don't know. Or maybe this is a little bit better. I have RJ Lee's stream open right here. And I was like, I miss streaming. I miss streaming. Obviously, right now, I was thinking about going live till the end of the year, but I have a lot of things that I have to take care of. Some pet sitting, some stuff. So I don't really have like a lot of time to stream, but I was like, I want to talk to y'all. I want to talk to y'all about the year ending, and like I'm curious to hear about like what are your plans for 2026? What are we doing? What is the new what are the new resolutions, right? So all of these things, I was like, I have a lot to say. I've been doing a couple of things. I've been getting into reading books. So first thing that you guys already know is that I've been majorly decluttering. Okay, so obviously right now I'm not home, but before that, when I was home, I was spending most of the time very productively going through my closet, going through my stuff, kind of getting rid of a lot of things. And that's something that I also mentioned on my Discord. So, like, as I said before, December is the time where, like, we get a lot of things, right? Like, we get gifts. We get gifts for ourselves sometimes, we get gifts for others give us gifts. Excuse me. I'm just doing this without any cuts. So I'll just like raw upload this entire thing. So don't mind me burping. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why in a second. But so basically, I've been thinking, December we get more stuff, but how about we flip December around and we get rid of some of our stuff? This is the problem, I feel like, because so many stores sell junk, and so many stores, I am so sick of like going to the stores and seeing all the same shit. Like, obviously we all gotta buy some new stuff, like, I don't know, necessities, socks, whatever. As you guys know, I've lost a lot of weight. I had to buy new clothes that would fit me better, that wouldn't fall off of my ass, right? But besides that, I've been like majorly decluttering. So I've been doing some work on that. Why was it? Oh yeah, I was going with that that I want to get rid of my books. So my goal literally is to have like just maybe like a couple books that are either like sentimental or like somebody gave it to me. I have a couple books in Polish still that I cannot really buy here, so they're kind of like rare. Even though I don't want to keep them all, I just want to read them. I don't want to have a lot of books. Books are very difficult to move and very heavy, like bulky. They take a lot of space. They take a lot of space on the shelf. So that's why I was like, I need to get rid of some books. But before I get rid of books, I have all of my books that I own currently are books that I wanted to read. So they are books that at some point like one of my friends, for example, said like, oh, I read this amazing book. You would love it. It's about this and that. And I got interested and I was like, oh, I'm going to read this book. I'm going to enjoy it. So all of the books I have are the books I purchased thinking I would be interested in that book. And then obviously we never have time, right? We never have time for shit. Like, I don't have time to stream, for example, now because I'm doing so much work. But December is a very, very busy time for people who do work like me, which is, for example, taking care of pets. I think like because like the reason why I stopped streaming that much by the end of the year is because October, November, December are obviously very busy. Well, November, December, let's say, because of Thanksgiving and Christmas, are very busy travel months. January is looking way better so far for me. There will be a couple days when I won't be able to stream, but I will definitely pick up streaming more in January. So, yay! I am super excited because well, I'm covering a lot of topics right now, but one of the topics was that I am a little bit tired of everything being digital. I'm tired of AI. So one of the things for 2026 is definitely to pick up my focus and read more books. Reading more books is definitely very beneficial for the brain. I can already tell you, there's a couple things that you can engage in that are very cheap, and some of them are more expensive, obviously, that can bring your focus back. And even if you feel like you're getting low-key ADHD, I'm not saying like actually being diagnosed with ADHD, that's a little bit different, but there's a bunch of people who are losing focus because of the scrolling, because of the social media, and they call it ADHD. And like, actually, they do not have ADHD. It's just a natural process of our brains adjusting to like TikTok, like scrolling or reels. So I definitely noticed that my brain is like degrading focus wise. I don't actually know if I have ADHD. I was never diagnosed. I kind of saw signs even when I was a kid. So, but that's not the topic of the video. What I wanted to say is there's a couple things that I can do with stuff that I already own to bring my focus back, refocus my brain, kind of rewire it in a way. Obviously, the content that I stream is also pretty good for the brain. I'm not gonna lie. Like all of the point and click games, they're pretty good for the brain because you are actually focused on a story, on a dialogue, picking up little hints here and there, bending your brain backwards to solve very ridiculous puzzles a lot of the times. I mean, I'm not even saying that the puzzles are like ridiculous because they're bad. What I mean is like they are super tricky, like the tricky banana. So solving like difficult puzzles is definitely a great way you can like exercise your brain. But I'm talking about disconnecting from the digital world and kind of like focusing on things that are feasible. So for example, books, right? All of my books are like physical books that I'm actually opening, reading. I go set aside my phone and I read the book. And like the book doesn't have to be a philosophy. It doesn't have to be super complicated. It doesn't have to be anything that you learn from. It can be even just a story. Like right now I'm reading a storybook. I'm reading a book about like some silly stories. Christmas, it's like a Hallmark movie but in a book. But I feel so much different after like going through it, after like reading through that book, you know? Wait a second, I need to check on a dog. See, there goes my no cuts. I will have to glue this video because I had to make sure that the dog is doing good. Anyway, so that's the thing. I actually kind of like started refocusing on reading books. So I want to read the book and then sell it or donate it, pass it on, pass it forward somehow. Then every single book that I have, I'll do that. You know, I'll read it, finish it, and be like, okay, goodbye. And that way, I will also minimize the amount of stuff that I have. I am sick of stuff. So obviously, there's always something that you would need, that you would make use of. I'm not saying that all stuff we get is junk. Absolutely not. There's a bunch of things that would greatly improve my life if I had them. No joke. Like, for example, there's a bunch of like kitchen appliances or something, you know, that would make my life better, like a waffle machine. I don't know, but it doesn't mean that I have to run and buy it. You know what I mean? Like obviously, I would love to make like hot waffles, but you know what I'm saying? It's like we hold on to a lot of actual junk, and then we have like multiple junk drawers, multiple like boxes of stuff that we hold. Like I had so many boxes with stuff that was untouched for years, for literal years. Like I had in my storage, I had boxes of stuff that was untouched for years. And I parted my ways with it and I feel so much better. I feel so much better. I really, like literally my goal right now is to have less and less stuff. So I love that. Another thing that is very non-tricky banana is that as you guys know, a while ago I gave up on coffee. And then because coffee was actually making my stomach upset, uh, over time I started drinking Red Bull like every single day. And I was like, the caffeine is nice, but it doesn't make me sick like coffee does. But then over time, I noticed that like Red Bull, soda, whatever, it all adds up. It all adds up, It's like, it's not that I wouldn't be able to get myself a soda, like, a wagon of soda, as I always say. A wagon of soda is $7. But $7 here and there, it adds up, right? So you're like, maybe I don't need it. Maybe I don't need, like, it's the same thing as if you were drinking water, except you have to pay for it. So I gave up on soda day by day, literally. I'm not saying that you're worse because you're drinking soda, or I'm better because I'm drinking water. No, no, no. You guys know, I still would drink soda, honestly. Like, if someone offers me a soda, I'm gonna say yes. But I am not spending any money on soda and Red Bull and whatever beverage. Like, no beverages, honestly. It's, if you can have, funny because I am just getting like Amazon notifications, like, buy this is on sale, this is on sale, come have a look. I don't want, I'm not buying anything. Which brings me to another topic, but first let's talk about the soda. So like, I just was like, if I can just drink water, like a filtered water or even freaking tap water, go to your tap, open it, and drink that water. It's like free. I mean, you're paying for the water, but like significantly less than paying for soda. It's a premium fucking price they're asking for. And it does the same. Like, ultimately, drinking water from the tap does the same as drinking a soda. So, and basically, my cheap ass was like, I can save so much money this way. So I stopped buying soda day by day. I had my last soda like 2 weeks ago, and ever since I've been drinking water and tea. And honestly, it's been surprising in a way, because like, I would drink like a can of Coke with dinner, and that's it. And I was like, I feel quenched. I don't feel thirsty anymore. Now, when I'm drinking water only, I literally can down like a bunch of glasses of water with one meal, which is like, it's like, how is it that actual just water is keeping me more hydrated? Just like, I feel more thirsty when I drink just water rather than drinking Coke. Even though I drank Coke Zero, I didn't even drink Coke with sugar. So it's weird, isn't it, that I feel more thirsty now and I drink way more water, and I feel like naturally I am staying more hydrated, just like because I want it, like, I'm trying to like name my need, and I'm like, I am actually thirsty. I am thirsty. And I chug a glass of water. Another one. I'm like, I've never had more water in my life. This is so weird. Another topic that I wanted to talk about was Christmas gifts. I became definitely more mindful about Christmas gifts this year, thinking of, I am decluttering, and I don't want to clutter other people's spaces either. So I've seen a TikTok trend. A lot of people were posting that they're actually hand making people's gifts, which I've also done that, but I only make something if someone tells me that they want it and it's like a unique thing. So if someone told me like, I want a painting of this and this because it would fit my wall right there, I would remember that or write it down and then make the painting for them and gift it to them, right? But a lot of people who are hand making gifts, it's very cute. They make beautiful things, but it's still junk. Like some girl was showing on TikTok, no hate to that girl, absolutely not, because I know that hand making gifts is a process that's like super thoughtful, and it's a lot of fun, and you're giving people stuff that is like super, like somebody put so much heart in it. But if you're making like she was making some like flowers, like beaded flowers in a vase. If someone gifted me that, I would be like, I appreciate you so much, and the time and effort you put in this and the thought, but it's junk. I don't need it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like it's junk. It's stuff that is not useful. And it's nothing, there's nothing wrong in giving people stuff that's not useful. Like a painting on the wall is obviously not a useful per se thing, but it's different when you give it to someone and they said that they would want to put something on that wall. They're looking for something, and then you're like, oh, they're looking for something, I'm going to give it to them. Versus, like, oh, here's something I made, and it's like, where am I going to put it? Where am I going to put it? Whether it came from TJ Maxx or whether it came from your hand, where am I going to put it? So something to think about this year. I sometimes, like, I felt like I value my friends more than the value of their gift. Like, I would get something for someone and I was like, I could spend a little bit more money on this person or give them more gifts. Or like last year, I gave them more gifts than that, and I feel bad that this year I'm giving them less. But why? There's like no point in actually looking hard for something if you know what I mean. Like, I didn't want to just buy the gifts for the sake of buying gifts. I wanted to buy a gift that I can see that person using it. I can see that person, like I talked with that person and they mentioned, I listen to what people say because I don't have my phone in front of me while I'm talking with people, like some people do. I listen and I pay attention to whenever people say like, oh, I would need this and this. And then I write it down, even during the year when I talk with people and they tell me that they need something. Usually by Christmas, they don't get it. They still did not purchase that thing. So I can then be like, here you go. You mentioned once or twice that you needed that. And they're always like so surprised, like, oh my gosh, I told you about it like 6 months ago. And I'm like, yeah. Um, so basically, only stuff that, like, if someone told me like, oh, I'm getting into XYZ, I want to learn more about it, I would buy them a book about it, about this topic. Or yeah, so only, or like, if I saw that something is like super duper someone's style, like it's like I went to this handmade kind of like small business like a market, and only stuff that I would look up and be like, okay, this is actually handmade. Actually, some person like made it and painted it or like prepared it. And it's not like a mass production from Temu. A lot of, be careful when you go to markets like that. A lot of people sell their stuff that they bought on Temu or other whatever, AliExpress, and then they sell it on those markets saying, oh yeah, I made it. Yeah, my ass made it. So yeah, so there's a bunch of people who are actually trying to scam you. Always do your research whatever you're buying in places like that. And if there was something that is like super personalized, that I see that this is that person's style and they would love it, that was the only condition when I would get something for that person. Besides that, I made a bunch of gifts that are consumable gifts, like chocolate. I made gingerbread cookies, as I showed you guys on Discord. I made a shit ton of gingerbread cookies. So basically, I put my time and effort to make something consumable. I put them in like beautiful cans, like Christmas cans. I don't know why I made that motion. Vomiting. No, I hope nobody vomits from my cookies. No, I think my cookies are pretty good, to be honest. And I think my cookies are pretty good. What I wanted to say is, consumable gifts, they don't take any space, and they are very like festive. Like, I made sure that they actually look cute, you know, they look like they were sparking Christmas joy to me. So I was like, okay, that's a pretty good Christmas gift to like open and be like, wow, it's so colorful, and like it's gingerbread with like if like I made this tangerine frosting, and tangerine is like a very big Christmas flavor for me, because when I was a kid we would get like oranges and tangerines as a part of our Christmas presents. So that's like a very big, like, you know, Christmas feel for me, Christmas vibe. Buy Quest products for people as gifts. No, I haven't been actually eating a bunch of Quest stuff recently, because I need a little bit more food to fill me up. Like I've been swapping it for like breakfast burritos or something that I pre-made. So yeah, so that's what I was thinking, like being frugal about everything, about like, you know, decluttering, not buying junk, and only buying stuff that I need. And honestly, I kind of like rewired my brain a bunch. Like going to a store, I feel like every single dollar I spend has to be meaningful, because I worked hard for that dollar and I'm not gonna spend it on random junk. So these are some of my December thoughts, going through books, decluttering, preparing for 2026. That's the energy I want to get into 2026. I am honestly not a big person on like, oh, it's January 1st, time to change my life. Like, not really. I feel like you can change your life whenever. Like, I quit soda day by day. Another habit that I want to quit in 2026 is constantly picking my skin on my fingers. Like, that's a bad habit. Like a song by Ed Sheeran. So, no picking. I just told myself today, I was literally like, from now on, no putting my fingers to my mouth, no picking on the skin, leave the skin. And I am working actively on it. You have to be actively working on stuff like that, because it's a habit. Same with the soda. It's a habit that you have to break. You have to rewire your brain like a dog, literally. Like, dog training is like rewiring their brain. So instead of reaction A, you are forcing them, reconditioning them to reaction B. It's the same for humans, literally. Like, anybody would try to tell me, no, we're not animals, it doesn't work like that for us. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Every single time I have a habit, I'm like, I want to put that, like, oh, I see something here, I want to, you know, bite that, like a piece of nail or something. Just be mindful of that and don't do it. Recognize the habit, recognize the pattern. Every single time you go to the fridge, you're like, oh, I'm gonna grab a soda. There's no soda in the fridge, and you recondition yourself every single time. Like, it happened to me. I would go up to the fridge and be like, I want to grab a soda, and then I'm like, oh, there's no soda, I'm just gonna go and grab some water. And literally right now I'm rewired already. I don't go to check for soda. I'm like, okay, water with dinner, water with dinner. And obviously I drink a bunch of tea, and my body has been craving so much tea. I love the hot tea, like, because it's so cold. I mean, right now we have a hot week in Austin, so it's not that bad, but in general it's like really nice, even when it's warm outside, to like actually drink something hot. It like makes my body feel good. So, oh, sorry if you guys can hear snoring dogs. It's the dogs I'm house sitting right now. And I got a very cool gift today from one of the dogs I'm sitting. They actually gave me a huge loaf of bread, because the dog's name is Bread, and it was just so cute. It was like, Bread picked this for you, so you think about him during the winter break. And I was like, this is just so cute. Like, I got the huge loaf of bread and a bottle of a rosemary with garlic olive oil. So I came back home and I just like opened the loaf, cut it up. It was so fresh and nice, and I ate it with some of this olive oil. It was 10 out of 10. So that was a very, very cool gift to get. And as I said, consumables, that sounds weird, but what I mean is food is like a really good gift. And in this economy especially, because I am like going through my pantry right now, eating out everything from my pantry. I want to also do a pantry reset. Obviously, dumping all of that stuff would be stupid. So I'm just eating through it. I'm just eating through it while counting calories. As you guys know, I've been on a diet now for 2 years. December 2023 is when I started. Still going strong because I am just taking it easy, you know. I didn't want to lose all weight at once and then go through like the JoJo effect and sorry, not JoJo, yo-yo, yo-yo effect, and put it all back on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure effect. And I didn't want to put it all back on, like, you know, starve myself to death and then eat everything at once. Like, no, I just took it gradually. So still going strong on that. And, but obviously Christmas, I'm gonna let myself go. Especially that I will be working hard during Christmas. Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, all of these days are going to be pretty tough for me. Like the evenings are gonna be middle of the day, and the evenings are gonna be the only times when I will be able to relax a little bit. I am a little bit stressed out. I am a little bit overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie. Physically, I am tired. I can tell that my body is kind of slowing down. I have that shoulder that I told you guys that I pulled. My back hurts every single morning when I get up. My back hurts pretty bad. I've had some like eye vision kind of related stuff. Like it's not fun. Like I can see that my eyes are becoming worse, and I see like kind of like foggy sometimes. A bunch of symptoms of my body saying slow down. So I'm slowing down. That's why I haven't streamed. I just kind of took it easy. I kind of take naps whenever I can. I read books. And I don't know. I don't know if you guys are even with me still right now. If you're with me still right now, write Quest Hero. Quest Hero in the comment, please, because I'm not gonna lie, I have the like a little pile of books and then a box of quest bars underneath my camera right now. That's my what is it called? I even forgot. Oh my gosh, what is this thing? Tripod. My tripod is a pile of books and a box of quest bars. Quest Hero, please. Because nobody's gonna know that we're talking about actual quest bars. Although if they know me, they will know. But also it could be quests in WoW, right? I haven't played video games in a while, besides like streaming with y'all. So that's another thing that I want to kind of like get back into and be more mindful about my free time and spend some time playing also games that I kind of want to, you know, just like, just for fun, Spend more time on stuff for just fun, because we never know how much time do we have left, and it's kind of like overwhelming yourself to be productive all the time can pay off in say nice savings, or obviously, you know, better quality of life overall. Like if you have more money, you can get better food and stuff like that, or you can like go out more. That's another thing I kind of taught myself in reverse. Like whenever I'm passing by restaurants, whenever I'm passing by fast food places, I'm happy that I have food at home, and I'm just thinking about how much money I'm saving by passing by instead of entering the business, you know? I obviously still go out, but like with friends. Like I don't go to get food on my own. I don't get food takeout anymore on my own. At all. And I don't go out with friends much because obviously I have so much work, but that's another story. So yeah, okay, I don't want to like bore you guys to death, so I just wanted to talk to you a little bit, to do a little yappy. Let's yap in the comments, honestly, or on Discord. Let me know, because I want to hear your thoughts about like the overconsumption and like decluttering. Like, do you agree, do you disagree? Because you could also disagree. You could be like, everybody deserves to like have their own little treat, and everybody deserves to buy themselves shit, and I agree with that. Um, what are your thoughts about 2026? Like, I kind of want to disconnect instead of like everybody's pushing to be so connected, AI. Connected in the meaning of digital stuff. I want to focus on like actual connection, looking at people's faces instead of at my phone, connecting with real world through like physical books rather than scrolling through social media. And actually, what was the third thing? My brain is still a little bit scattered. Um, yeah, like putting away my phone, reading physical books. Oh yeah, and the thing that I wanted to talk about in the very beginning, another way of rewiring your brain that I recommend is learning an instrument, learning to play an instrument. These times you can get an instrument secondhand and learn it. And even I want to go back to my electric guitar, and even spending a couple minutes on playing that electric guitar, I can feel how my brain is just releasing the pressure, literally. It's so nice, and I recommend to all of you guys who can afford an instrument, get it, do it, set aside some time and do it. And obviously, I can't wait to see you guys on Twitch. Please let me know what are your 2026 resolutions, plans. What are your thoughts about the things that I talked about? There's a bunch of discussion points we can talk about, and hopefully I'm gonna see you guys on Twitch really soon in the new year. If not before, I don't think before, but in the new year for sure. Love you guys so much, and if I have something more to say, find me on my Instagram, find me on my YouTube, like right now, and I will see you guys on Discord. I will catch you anywhere we're on any of my socials. Okay, love you guys and happy holidays. I'll see you.